Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm going to share my favorite tool in the terminal, and this is going to be Tmux. Tmux stands for Terminal Multiplexer, and it's one of the most awesome tools I have ever tried in my Linux machine. I'm going to show you a little bit of the key bindings and how I in particular am using as a developer the Tmux. Okay, so we start with how we actually enter Tmux. As you can see probably from the green bar in the bottom, I'm inside it, but I'm going to exit old-fashionedly the Tmux program. So this is just a regular folder. I have two folders inside. I'm going to show you how I can run separately and simultaneously at the same time Angular and an S project. Currently I'm in the parent folder. This is just some way I manage my own development. So after you install Tmux, you can install it from the official GitHub repo. You can check how exactly to do it with your favorite distro. apt install Tmux, apt install Tmux. That's the Debian or Ubuntu. I'm currently on Ubuntu and I already have it, so I'm not going to install it, but this is the pretty standard installation. After everything is set up, you just go there with Tmux, and that's it. We're inside. Okay, but just let me give you the reasons why I'm personally using Tmux. I'm using it for two particular reasons. The first one is it's very easy to navigate between windows and different panels, and I'm going to show you exactly how I do it. But the second reason is that you can actually detach from the Tmux. You can do something completely else, and you can just come back later, and all the processes, everything you have set up, it's going to be there and working. It's very useful if you're, for example, you're working on a distant machine on a server somewhere else, and the moment you lost access to it, or your internet connection drops or whatever, you can just go back and continue with everything you have done before that in Tmux. If Tmux was not there, if the connection drops, your everything is lost and you have to start again. It could be processes, it could be tasks, it could be anything. And the session is created easily like that. You can just start everything from scratch with just Tmux, and it's going to start a session, and it's just going to be a numeric session. As you can see from the bottom left, it says 0 at the moment. But we can actually give it a name. We can start with something like new S for session, and we can call it Tmux demos. The moment I press enter, you can see that I have that in the upper left, the down left part of the screen. Okay, so when you close that again, let's close it with X, I can just list all of the sessions I currently have. I don't have one. I closed all of them. But if I start a new one and I close it with D, I'll give you the keybinds in a second. You can see that it's detached. This means that if I list it again, it's there. Okay, so how do we go back to it? I'm just writing this Tmux A, and I'm attaching to the session I have created earlier, and I detach. I can run several processes here. I can, for example, let's say I want to go to the Tmux Angular folder and run it. I go here and I'm starting npm start. Okay, currently I have an Angular project running. If I detach again, as I said, I'm going to give you the keybinds. If I detach, the process is still there and it's actually running. And if I connect again, as you can see, it's perfectly fine. Okay, so how do we work with all of that? The entering is Tmux and you can use the new session. Okay, now the way you talk to Tmux is with Ctrl B. You press Ctrl and then you press B. And while you're doing that, you have then tell to the Tmux, listen here, I'm going to give you a specific command. And currently I pressed it. I press Ctrl B and I'm going to, oh, sorry. And I pressed Ctrl B and then I entered C as this C. When you do that, we are opening another panel. And this panel, you can see it down below. We have 0 and we have 1. When you enter Ctrl B 0, you are changing the position of your working panel. I'm currently, you can see the asterisk, I'm currently at 0. If I want to go to, let's say, 1, I'm again Ctrl B 1, and I'm currently in the next panel. Okay, this is how I actually start my process. So I'm going to start the next one. It's a nest project. I'm going to start it. Oh, sorry, I had to yeah, I have to go in the project. Let's start the project. It doesn't matter, it could be anything. It could be a Node project, it could be a .NET, it could be anything. You could just be browsing your directories, you can be doing whatever, it doesn't really matter. It's actually a terminal inside your terminal. Nothing more. Okay, we're currently at panel 2, but I personally don't like the way these panels are named. For example, you can see it at 0 it's npm, at 1 it's also npm. I want to change that. And the way we do it with Ctrl B, as we remember, we are talking to Tmux, and now I'm saying, listen here, I'm going to give you a command. And the command I'm going to tell you is comma. And comma means rename window. It's giving you a hint. Ctrl B, comma. And I can write, for example, nest, because I'm running a nest project here. Let's do the same with 0. Ctrl B 0 leads us to the next, in this case, previous panel. And we're going to do it again. Ctrl B, comma. Ctrl B, comma, and we're going to call it Angular. Okay, perfect. Now we have Angular and nest. And let's do something pretty powerful. We're going to split the screen. For example, let's say I'm working with here on this Angular project, and I want to commit something or give I want something to do with Git, for example. I'm going to Ctrl B and I'm going to press the %sign. When I did that, when I entered Ctrl B %, I actually split the screen. But as you can see, I'm still on the Angular window. I'm on the 0 panel. No new panel is created, and I'm going to work on the same panel. So I'm going to do, for example, git status. It's not part of a repository, I just created it for the video, but you can get the idea. I can check my status, I can commit, I can do whatever I want. I can check the files, I can make a directory, whatever. Then I want to get back to the left side of the screen. That's pretty easy. I'm just again Ctrl B and the arrows, currently the left arrow, and it moved to the left side. Let's start the server again. Let's start the server again, and let's move to the right side. Ctrl B, right arrow. Very simple, extremely simple, very powerful. And I can split it again if I want to. Let's say Ctrl B. Oh, sorry, my Ctrl B %sign. I split it again, but I can split it on the horizontal as well. Ctrl B, double quotes, and I can do this how many times I want. Okay, let's close this, and let's close this just to go to the next one. So this is the next project, as you can see. Ctrl B1, I'm currently on the next, and I can do the same here. I can go Ctrl B horizontal. One thing to mention, when you do this splitting, it is actually going to the initial directory of the session you started the project from. So I created it from Tmux demo, and even though I am on the Tmux nest directory, it still created the split screen from Tmux demo, the root folder. And it could be a little confusing from time to time because, for example, if I'm working on Tmux nest and I want to commit really fast, and I'm doing something and I'm not really paying attention, I could just start with writing git status here, and it's definitely not a directory. Tmux nest is going to be. I make that mistake from time to time, but paying attention to that is it's something you have to do. Okay, if I go to the Angular again, the split screen is still going to work in the next panel. Let's say I want to kill the second part of the screen. I can write exit, and it's going to close it. It's going to kill it. But I can do something else. I can press Ctrl B X, and it's going to ask me, do you want to kill this panel? I pressed Y as yes, and it killed it. I can do it again with this one. Let's say Ctrl P and X. Perfect. It stopped the process. It's like getting Ctrl C and exit. It's just way quicker. And let's start it again. I'm going to press Ctrl B and C to open a new panel. Let's check the name of the folder. It's Tmux nest. I'm going to start it again just to show you. And as you can see, it's working again. Okay, Ctrl B and D, and I am detaching from the Tmux terminal. I can close this terminal. Let's actually do it. I close the terminal, and I'm going to open another terminal, and let's go to, is it Tmux? I forgot how I called it. It should be demo. Okay. If I write here something like ls, I'm going to see the currently active Tmux session. I close the terminal. I can do something else, and when I go back and let's say attach like Tmux A, it's going to be working. One thing to mention, if we have several instances, let's say I'm detaching this one, and I create a new session. Let's say I want to create a new session. I'm going to work on some, let's say, .NET app. I don't have a .NET app, but just let's pretend I have. And let me start new S, and let's call it session 2, and this is a session 2. If I detach it and I go Tmux ls, it's going to show me 2 sessions. Now, how do I enter one of the 2? Let's say I want to go to session 2. If I just go Tmux A, it's going to open it. But if I want to, because it's opening the last detached one. But let's say I want to go to the first one. I'm detaching again without killing it. And I'm writing Tmux attach, let's say this is the long word. We're going to say T like a tab, and we're going to say the first one. It's currently 0. Perfect, we have it. Let's detach again. Let's attach the second one, and we have it. So this is how I usually work with Tmux. My pretty standard setup is, let's show you how I actually do it. The way I structured, I'm going like that, and I'm running the servers in a single panel. Ctrl B %. I'm going to Tmux nest. I'm going to run this here. We have an active server on here, so I'm going to rerun it, but inside here. Okay, this is my server, so I'm going to Ctrl B, comma, and I'm going to call that servers. And then on this panel, I'm going to work on the front end part. Let's say that is Tmux Angular. Okay, NV, we have it here. We're going to do whatever we are going to do, and I'm going to press Ctrl B, comma, and call it Angular. Perfect. Now I'm pressing Ctrl B C, and I'm creating a new panel, and this panel is going to be my nest application. So we're going to Tmux nest, I believe, yes, and we're going to new vim here, and we're going to do whatever we're going to do. And I'm going to Ctrl B, comma, and I'm renaming this as nest. And this is a pretty standard setup for me. Usually I'm using another panel for npm if I have to do something like installing packages or removing packages and whatever, or using git. This is going to happen on a separate panel, and navigating between the panels is easy. Ctrl B and the number you see in front of the names of the panels. For example, if I want to go to Angular, as I said, Ctrl B 1, Ctrl B 3, it's that easy. Another way to navigate is by pressing Ctrl B and N to go to the first position, Ctrl B P to go to the last position. And it's going to be useful if you have a lot of panels. I usually don't. I try to go around 4. I rarely use more, and it's extremely useful. You can give it a try. It's easy to navigate. It could be a little difficult at the beginning, but it gets pretty useful and pretty intuitive fast. I'm going to write the most common key bindings I have and I personally use in the description. you can check it out, and I hope you enjoy Tmux as much as I do. It's a perfect for development and browsing around your own files and whatever you just do with your Linux machine.